The moment you start studying people's psychology is the moment you'll stop being bothered by their behavior. You see, the more you understand why they move the way that they move, you'll know exactly how to handle them. Your coworker isn't just mean, it's an ego thing. That manager that's always micromanaging you, it's a power trip. The one that's always trying to one-up you, insecurity. The coworker who is weirdly standoffish and quiet, they might be battling depression or they may have social anxiety. The one who nitpicks everything you do is probably threatened by you. See, when you study how people treat you, the more you learn about them. And when you understand their mindset, baby, you gain power. You gain strategy. You stop reacting and you start handling them. Some need to be outsmarted and some need to be shut down. And some need to be loved, but from a distance. Either way, once you master this, you'll walk into work with a whole different energy and they will feel it. So if you are dealing with a workplace bully or micromanaging, sabotage, scrutiny, a toxic coworker, or a toxic work environment, I want you to study, understand, strategize, and handle them accordingly. Take out the emotion and use logic only. And that is exactly how you will win, survive, and thrive.
Hey ladies, so first and foremost, I just want to say I should have been a psychology major when I went to school, because the way I am so obsessed with psychoanalyzing people and their behaviors, specifically toward me and other beautiful women, it needs to be studied. Like, I am so fascinated by it because it's so true. Once you start to pay attention very closely to how people receive you, how people react to you, just upon like looking at you, not even speaking to you, once you start to unpack and like really dive deep into personality disorders and people who are like masking sociopaths, narcissists, like once you go down that rabbit hole, it's almost like you start to look at people differently and you almost become different after you start to like put the pieces together and you learn about these things, because you realize how different you are from the normal person. And so once you start to really unpack and get to understand how the majority of the world works, you can then be above the bullshit. It keeps you one step ahead of people. And that's what you need, especially in this world as gorgeous girls, as high vibrational beings and women. We have to work 10 times harder to protect ourselves than the average person, because we actually have light, we have gifts, we have talents, abilities, we have character, we have value. There's things that come with us that are intrinsic, that come with us just because that's how God made us, right? And so when you realize that there are people out here who are literally siphoning from other people, stealing people's energy, stealing people's destinies, doing things to hurt people just because it's Tuesday and they want to and they feel like it, you know what I mean? Like, you have to protect yourself so much more. And a part of your strategy in protecting yourself is getting to know the psychology of weird ass bitches. If you're a man, it's learning the psychology of weird men. It doesn't matter what gender you are. You have to study these people because they study you. Whether you realize it or not, your toxic family, your toxic friends, your narcissistic boss or coworkers have studied you and people like you their entire life. Because they know they're not like you, because they lack physical attraction or just any other type of quality that they may find valuable, they have made someone like you or you a passion project where they're trying to debunk you, they're trying to find a flaw, they want to destroy you, they want to steal your destiny, they want to siphon your energy. Like, these people study you for fun. Like, they do it in their pastime, and you're over here thinking that people have the same heart as you. And it's not funny because I've been there. I understand, like, being that naive person, but at some point we have to start to call a spade. And at some point we have to start being really militant about weird people and their behaviors and understanding the psychology, because I also think once you learn the psychology of weirdos, you don't take it so personal anymore. Like, obviously, don't let anyone play in your face, have boundaries, of course. Don't tolerate certain things and walk away when you need to walk away from somebody or a situation. But you have more grace for yourself, because a lot of times, like, I don't know about you guys, but in the past, I've blamed myself and I've like made myself the problem when people have attacked me, not realizing what they were attacking me for to begin with. And you also just stop taking it so hard. Like, you don't take it as personal when you realize that you're not the first person they're doing this to, and you also aren't going to be the last. A lot of times when you come into contact with weirdos and people who have personality disorders and people who are like literally sick in the head, but they're highly functioning, they don't learn. So they'll be weird to you and like do all the crazy things to try to ruin your life when they're in contact with you. But the majority of them don't have like this come to Jesus moment, like how people who have a conscience have come to Jesus moments, like, and they learn from their mistakes and they like do better next time. You know, these types of people, they just wreak havoc on every person who comes into their life just for fun. And don't get me wrong, there's certain people who they're not weird with, and these people are usually people who are just like them. They know they can't get over on these people, they can't take anything from these people, because these people are usually empty vessels themselves. So they don't even bother with their tactics and their games. They come over to people who have light, who are chosen and anointed, who are gorgeous, who have value, like beauty. Beauty is a valuable thing. Having a nice body is a valuable thing. Like, whatever they see or deem that's valuable, or that they deem has value that's attached to you, they will come after you for that when you're different from them. And so once you can really learn how these people behave and why they behave the way they do, you can always stay one step ahead of them. And that's why at the age I'm at and with the life experience under my belt now, a lot of these people, when they run into me, they get immediately triggered and frustrated because their tactics don't work. Why? Because I studied narcissists. After being attacked by them in friendships all throughout high school and having them try to attack me in college, having dealt with a narcissistic man, I realized, like, wow, I keep falling into this pit with these people. And it's not because, oh, you attract what you are. No, they're attracted to light. Darkness is attracted to light. So I hate when people say that shit. That's not true. Birds of a feather flock together, absolutely, but you don't attract who you are. If you're a being of light, you attract darkness. You attract people who want to siphon it. You attract people who need you for survival and for character development. So since I've gone through so many situations with people like this, I have learned how to combat them. I've learned how to send them signals through like sarcasm when I speak to them, or just the things that I say to them upon meeting them that send them signals and let them know inadvertently that I can't be fucked with and that they're not going to play with me. And you can immediately see it on their face. Like, they think that they got you. You know, they see you, they think you're this beautiful, naive little bitch, right? And they think you're just going to be like putty in their hands. And then it's like you say something, and it's like if you see the way their face just drops, or like the smile just kind of fades. Because guess what? I peeped you before you thought you had me. Before you thought you were going to get me, I got you. You're not slick. And they hate people who are evolved, who have seen things and been able to go through certain things, and who carry a light and know how to protect their light. They hate to see someone like me coming. And I know there's a lot of my beautiful girls on this channel who can relate. You've gone through things, you've dealt with things, you've learned from it, and you walk every day with your radar on and with your antennas up, and you don't let people play with you. And the second someone gets around you and they think that's how it's about to go, and you let them know in a very sneaky way that that's not what's going down, it's like now all of a sudden they want to avoid you. They can't give you eye contact. Now the fun is over. Now they don't want to be around you. Now they have nothing to say. Now their face is all sour and stink. I wonder why. It's because they were planning on enacting their next weirdo fantasy on you, and you blocked it. You blocked the attempt. That's what happened. So, ladies, I just want to encourage you all to really look into personality disorders, people that are narcissistic or sociopathic. Look into why toxic people do what they do. Do your research. It's actually quite fascinating. I know if you're going through something traumatic right now with these types of people, it may not be a nice thing to have to learn about. So I get it. But when you are ready, Do the research because it is valuable knowledge that you're going to need, especially if you didn't have sisters or a dependable mother figure to prepare you for the wickedness of the world, like how I did. You need to do your research and learn so that you can become keen to what people are and who people are. So ladies, drop down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm interested to see what you all think about this. I'll also be dropping my email in the description box as always, so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.